Mr. Random lived in Randomland. He lived his life in no particular order. He would often get up before he'd gone to bed, and he liked to watch Jerry Anderson episodes in a random order. In fact, everything and everyone in Randomland was completely random. In Randomland, the rain fell upwards into the mouth of a giant painting of Engelbert Humperdinck. And in Randomland, the government was accountable to the will of the people, and not the other way around. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Now, this particular story is all about the time that Mr. Random drove his dishwasher to the bank, not to deposit money, as you or I might do, but to pick up the latest issue of Scuba Diving Monthly and a packet of chocolate hobnobs. "Look, Nate," said the bank manager, as Mr. Random drove into the foyer, which is Klingon for "what do you want?" But before Mr. Random could say what he wanted, the door burst open, and in marched an angry-looking turnip armed with a water pistol and a bag marked swag. "Nobody move," said the turnip. "Hand over all the money. Nobody gets wet." "You won't find any money here," said Mr. Random. "This is a bank, you see. I'm afraid they only sell magazines about scuba diving, fresh gark, and these rather delicious chocolate hobnobs." "That," said the turnip, "is quite random." Just then, Mr. Random had the best idea he was going to have all his life. "I say," he said, "perhaps you'd care to join me in watching a random episode of a Jerry Anderson show." "Only if it's the Four Feather Falls episode, Gold Diggers," said the turnip. "That's just what I was planning to watch," said Mr. Random, lying through his teeth. "And can I have a chocolate hobnob?" asked the turnip. "You certainly can," said Mr. Random. Very soon, the episode was playing. The turnip was enjoying himself enormously, while Mr. Random was trying his best to ignore the fact that the bank manager was sharpening his bat'leth and had a rather murderous look in his eyes.
Cake. The four feathers on this hat are magic. They enable Tex Tucker's dog and horse to speak, and his guns to fire without him even touching them. And now, another exciting adventure from Four Feather Falls.
So, we seem to be in a patch with the Randomiser at the moment of shows that haven't been on for a while are all suddenly making a comeback, and here's another one, Four Feather Falls. And just looking at this wonderful tracking shot of good old Tex Tucker at the end of the street there in Four Feather Falls, I'm just thinking of the last time I saw that image, which would have been on the big screen at the Standby for Action concert in Birmingham. How nice to see that on the big screen. And yeah, I believe I did detect a titter or two on that shot of Tex's crotch with the guns swivel up and start firing. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the concert.
Hey friends, guess you like...
Grandpa Twink saying hello to us.
Well, the jailhouse got a new floor. You see, Pedro and Fernando was building their new roof when...
Oh, this is quite ambitious.
It's hard work, amigo.
Fernando's on top of their shack, working on the roof.
Plan to set him on fire.
Who?
Have to make a new roof.
What
What's going on? Who's been set on fire?
It didn't work, but it was a good plan anyway.
Oh, well, that's it. Fernando's gone through the roof. Oh, poor guy.
Imbecile! You're supposed to build it up and not to knock it down.
But that was a very large exterior set they had there, to have Fernando up on the roof and Pedro talking to him from the ground, and the camera was quite a way back. That was very impressive.
What kind of box?
So
It says dead. Who is a dead?
Dead?
Yeah, look.
oh,
D-E-E-D.
yeah, that spells dead, all right.
Dead.
Stupido idiota. What do you mean the dead? That's not a dead, that's a deed. Not a dead. Give it to me.
Okay. Oh, human hand insert shot there, yes. Revealing a map.
A map.
A map of the town.
It's a buried treasure. Maybe we're gonna be rich after all.
Was that hidden in the roof? How did he find that by falling through the roof of their shack?
This cross is where the gold is.
Ah.
The gold is.
we're just instantly assuming gold because, well, it's Four Feather Falls. It's a western for kids. Of course, it's going to be gold.
Then dig.
Ah. So, under cover of darkness.
Fernando.
But of course, it doesn't really work with Pedro because even when it's in, you know, shadow and sort of half darkness like it is here, his constantly grinning face and perfect white teeth, and also the whites of his eyes, they do lend quite an unsettling effect as you see him plodding through the darkness. But this glooming, sinister, sneering face is perfectly illuminated.
Boss, wake up. It's Pedro.
Oh.
What, Pedro?
Yeah.
Pedro. What, Pedro? Yeah, Pedro. Okay. That was some Steve Zodiac level of response there.
Right under the jailhouse.
Luckily, Dusty is on the case.
Easy. One of us gets a Tex Tucker to put him in jail.
Because that's never happened before.
Amigo. Now look, I tell you what are we going to do.
Treasure under the jailhouse.
That's just about the darndest thing I've heard in years.
Well,
And I don't have a song to cover that.
he's aiming to dig it for me. I ain't gonna stop him.
Oh, okay.
You can try.
So, he's just going to let them dig up his jailhouse. Okay. That was an interesting shot of Tex in his bedroom there as well, because, again, darkness, but we didn't see Tex. We just saw his outline. We didn't see his face. He was in total darkness.
Happy hearts and friendly
Dusty was eliminated there. Good job Dusty's on the case.
town. Well,
I have a lot of respect for Tex Tucker as a lawman, but sometimes his sort of, oh, let him get on with it attitude perhaps works against his raison d'etre.
give me those.
Wooden shacks and open spaces, happy hearts and friendly faces, way back in my hometown. I love this song.
The cocks are crowing in the morning.
It's so hard to talk over because it is what people criticise Terrorhawks for, is the plot has to stop for Kate to sing a song.
Away you go.
I think with Terrorhawks they always found a sort of creative way to integrate them, or at least to come out of them with something going wrong at the studio. But here we just have to have the song.
Gentle folks and home.
But it's another of those lovely
Happy hearts and friends.
shots of
Way back in my.
someone arriving in town on horseback, and we're just holding on the character on the horse as the town rolls in behind them. And it's not like a flat backdrop or anything, that's a 3D set, so again, very ambitious stuff.
Now listen. Somebody's got to stay out and do the thinking.
Bob Muchacho, I don't like a jail. Why you don't go?
You want to be rich, Fernando?
Why does he not like the jail? He seems to spend more time in there than he does in his own little shack. Anyway, they're hiding in a
That's right.
bale of straw, watching Tex.
Later, I come and bring you shovel so you can dig.
Ah,
I don't like this.
and Tex won't notice that either.
don't like this at all.
Oh, but Fernando's got a shotgun. Oh no! He's shooting up Martha Jones's store! And the bank! Oh no, everyone's running for their lives, and Tex is just standing there with his hands on his hips saying, wow, in all my years, he looks just put out. Kind of put out, and almost like he's about to do a sort of jig.
Howdy, Fernando. Having fun?
Oh, Sheriff.
Just a little party.
That's all. Little party, eh?
You gonna arrest me?
Ain't no party complete without a little dancing, so...
What do you mean?
Oh, so is Tex gonna do his dance? Oh no, he's gonna make Fernando dance. And he's not even bothering to use the magic from his magic guns. He's gonna fire them himself. Lots of gun flashes painted onto the film negative here. And everyone's laughing at Fernando. Because, you know, it's not like they've got shotgun damage to their various properties to repair.
Contras, Fernando. Eat and dry. Why you let Fernando go? Why you not put him in the jail?
Oh, I do like Pedro. I don't know if it's a perfect combination, I think, of this weird puppet, and I wouldn't say he's a bad-looking puppet, he's just very weird,
Trust me.
with the voice of Kenneth Connor.
That was real nice, Tex.
At times, he almost comes across with a sort of manic air.
Funny is Fernando dancing.
Maybe things will be quiet around here now them two is split up.
I say that having not yet repaired the glass mirror behind the bar from the last time he shot it up.
There's treasure buried under the jail. Only thing to do is to let him dig.
So terrible.
What could possibly go wrong? Oh, look, he's coming this way with some dynamite. Nothing could go wrong with this plan of just leaving him to it.
It's gotta be me.
And of course, you have to feel for Fernando a bit.
Good time to go.
Not only does he has to go out and, you know, make a nuisance of himself with Tex, he then has to do all the digging. And then share it with Pedro.
Tell the truth, Jim. I am. You see, I've broken the key to the bank strong room, and, I can't get in.
Well, maybe you're to telegraph to Silver City for the locksmith.
Oh, I already have, yes, but it seems he can't get here for another couple of days, and I gotta send the gold out to them ranches tomorrow to pay the cowboys.
Maybe get Pedro and Fernando to help.
Mighty sore if they don't get their money on time.
They're gonna beat me again.
Think maybe you've brought enough?
You want I should get some more?
Oh, so Pedro's ended up in jail for demanding to know why Tex hadn't arrested Fernando. That's quite funny. Okay.
How is he going, amigo? It's hard work, no?
Yeah. If it hadn't been for the Tex Tucker, I would be outside. And Fernando would be doing the digging.
Oh well, such is life.
It's not fair. Jumping Jehoshaphat. I didn't think he'd dig that much.
Me neither.
Jumping Jehoshaphat. Oh.
Digs up the whole town.
Maybe I should have tried to stop him earlier, but I'm only the sheriff around here.
Fernando!
Pedro is about, 3 feet down by this point through the floor. Meanwhile, it's the next morning, and outside Fernando has fallen asleep. It's quite amazingly
And there's plenty more.
slack police work on the part of Tex here. It's just, I know they're gonna dig through my floor and maybe dig up the whole town, but let's just see how far this goes.
Over and fetch Mr. Jackson.
Come on, Fernando. Here.
Of course, Fernando being asleep, Tex is now waiting outside the window to take all of the gold.
I'll be able to pay them cowboys now.
And he's giving it to Mr. Jackson to pay off them cowboys before they come and do him a mischief. And Pedro hasn't noticed. He's been passing it to Tex rather than Fernando.
What? Huh?
Here's some more gold. Put him with the rest.
Gold? You ain't give me no gold.
Uh-oh.
You ain't trying to double-cross me, are you?
Amigo, would I do that?
And where is it?
It's a really nice relationship, actually, between these two baddies, because they're not all that bad, but they can be quite effective villains, and sometimes they can do the comedy, silly stuff quite well.
Sacramento!
Particularly here, when you've got Pedro's grinning face pressed up against the bars of the jailhouse.
Yes, you can.
Sure thing, Mr. Jackson.
And maybe, I can get a new hat for Pedro and some cigars for Fernando.
Yeah, well, let's reward the villains. We don't reward the villains enough in this show.
I don't want a new hat. Give me back my gold. Give me back my gold. My gold!
That's it. Jackson's riding out of town. Tex is waving goodbye. Pedro is having a full meltdown in the jailhouse. And that was Gold Diggers. And I found that quite enjoyable, actually. Again, all of Four Feather Falls is just a delight. Even in this horrible, murky SD, it's quite a shame to come back to this after seeing things like Supercar and Fireball and Stingray now looking so lovely. When do we get our Four Feather Falls Blu-rays? That's what I want to know. But yes, a nice little story there with some more fun villainy from Pedro and Fernando. I'm not quite sure why Tex let all this play out for as long as he did, but there we go. They got the money, they got the gold, and the cowboys are going to be happy at least.